I had been driving cross-country for hours when I realized I couldn't keep my eyes open any longer. I pulled off the highway and found a tiny gas station that looked like it hadn't been updated in decades. A single, fluorescent light flickered above the pumps, and the place seemed deserted. Inside the station, a middle-aged attendant stood behind the counter, staring at a small TV showing static. He didn't acknowledge me at first, so I cleared my throat. "Is there a motel nearby?" I asked. He turned his head slowly, like he was reluctant to look at me. "Yeah," he said, his voice low. "Half a mile down the road, just don't take room 8. His warning sent a shiver through me, but I nodded, thanked him, and left. When I reached the motel, I noticed it was just as rundown as the gas station. A neon sign buzzed faintly, one letter completely burned out. The manager at the front desk looked worn out, as though he hadn't slept in days. He handed me a key without a word, and to my relief, it wasn't for room 8. I went to room 3, locked the door, and collapsed onto the bed. I woke to a faint sound. It wasn't the typical hum of air conditioning or creaks of old pipes. It was laughter, soft, high-pitched, and just outside my door. I froze, my heart pounding. The laughter grew louder, but it didn't sound playful. It was mocking, chilling. I crept to the door and looked through the peephole. The hallway was empty. I opened the door a crack, but there was no one there. I was about to close it when I saw something out of the corner of my eye. At the far end of the hall stood a small figure, a child, maybe 8 or 9 years old. They were dressed in clothes that looked decades out of place, and their face wasn't right. Their features were too sharp, their smile too wide. "Why are you in my room?" the child asked, their voice hollow and echoing. Before I could respond, they pointed to the door across from me. Room 8. The door swung open on its own, revealing total darkness inside. The child stepped inside, still staring at me, and the door slammed shut. I didn't wait to find out what would happen next. I grabbed my bag and bolted to my car, leaving the motel and its eerie occupants behind. But as I drove away, I glanced in the rearview mirror. There, sitting in my back seat, was the child, grinning at me. "Don't forget," they whispered, "you're in my room now."